Hey guys, it's Anthony here on a Thursday afternoon. Barcelona versus Getafe, and let me tell you, this game coming into it, so much going on. I have to state that just thinking about what's happened with the Super League this week, and I know not everything's finalized. Barca's still technically in the Super League, and I'm assuming there's a lot. I've heard different reasons as to why that is the case, but I have to admit, it was absolutely the first time in my entire life that over here in America, the entire media stopped talking about American sports and talked about soccer, talked about the Super League, talked about England and the fans revolting, talked about what it made, what types of implications there were. And then people started stories over here about what if college football create a super league, and is this the model that they could use? And also a lot of the feedback I had and a lot of the discussions I had, you know, all this was the Super League talk really was based on the fact that Americans get into societies and they get into your businesses and they want to turn it into a profit-making machine. And that is real. It is true. It is true. They do. And that's where it was all stemming from. Because all the games over here in the United States, they don't have relegation. They don't have promotion. They lock up their 30 whatever teams. They make money. If you're a terrible team, there's some incentives to make you better, but you're still going to be rich forever, right? You're basically riding on the coattails of the best teams. And like another point was made, American sports are marketing, and they do market it. Another side thing to it to really bring it into perspective is not only is it just marketing to make money, but some of these players are just like plug and play. You can get a great player from one basketball team, put them on another team. You don't need to build up the style. No, they're ready to go. In football, there's a little bit more of a lag depending on the position. Quarterback, they have to learn the playbook, but a wide receiver, plug and play. Running back, plug and play. Defensive schemes, change, learn your playbook. But I do have to agree, there's something special about soccer, something special that I think everybody recognizes. And for those people who didn't fully understand how much the game meant to fans around the world, for the first time ever, I've seen Americans really understand that people have the power, people can change the game, and you don't mess around with people's game. And here, they're so used to just letting people tell us what to do whenever. And whatever they say, we do. And if the team's changing their name, that's fine. And nobody really pushes back because it's always the same some odd teams, 32 teams, same whatever it is. So it was good for other people to actually experience that and understand, the love of the game and what it means to people. So I did like seeing that. But I was also thinking about some of the negatives of the Super League that maybe the fans don't fully know and the players don't fully know. The thing about American sports, they take away your rights, like your percentage rights of your using your image. Like in America, the players don't get any money from their jerseys. Like, I don't know if you guys know that. They only make money off their shoe deals or their apparel deals, which are separate, like Nike and Adidas. They don't make any money. So if you have the number one selling football jersey, you're not getting any of that, I remember telling the story about my son. He was looking at a Messi card and it says Messi.com on the back. I said, in America, you would never see a private player's website on the back of a card because they own those rights to the cards. They force them into the league to sign contracts, to sign, autographs. All this stuff are responsibilities, and it turns into a business, not a game. And I think that's one of the biggest problems with all of our sports here is that it's too far away from the love and more into the money. And this was a very big eye-opener for a lot of people surrounding my life, a lot of people that I know, a lot of people on the media around here. The players would then lose the power of making money. They would have set contracts. They would be... Another thing in American sports, I don't think not all soccer players know or fans know, you can get traded without renegotiating a contract. Like over here, they'll just trade you wherever you go, wherever they want to send you. If you don't want to, you live in Sacramento, they're going to send you to Ohio. So what? Deal with it. Move your family and figure it out. That's how the contracts are written here. Also, teams can leave cities, right? Imagine Manchester United moving cities, but they do that. The San Francisco 49ers, they play in Santa Clara. right? They kept their name, and they don't even live in the same city. So like these things happen, and we're so used to being taken advantage of by the owners and by these leagues that I think we forget over here. But anyway, that was a huge tangent, guys. But anyway, Barcelona versus Getafe. So this was kind of a wild game, you guys. Like, it was crazy in the first half. It was so much going on, but Messi came shot out of a bottle. He looked prime Messi today. He was doing his thing. Messi scored within the first 8 minutes. Really, actually, he almost scored even earlier, but it went off the post, on the bottom of the post, and bounced out. But in the 8th minute, Messi got in behind that back line, took the ball the entire field. He even got pushed by the defender where he was trying to catch his balance, and he still put it away. And he was on fire this game. It was really nice to see. So then, game's still going, and then just a couple minutes later, Getafe crossed the ball, bounced off one of their players, and hit Lenglet and went in. Just kind of standing there. So then it's 1-1. You're thinking, okay, this is the type of game we're going to deal with today. Then Barcelona takes the lead by an own goal, but not just like a typical own goal. Literally, defender played it to the far back post, to the keeper that was running up to the top of the box. So he basically just placed it in with an inside pass, and the goalie was mad. He's like, why don't you just play it to my feet? So that's how we get our 2-1. So at this point, it's 2-1. Barcelona's leading, and we've already had 2 own goals essentially in the game. So things keep progressing, right, to get even more wild. But we had was the 33rd minute? Yeah, it was another amazing opportunity for Messi to put this bad boy away. It was a header. I believe it was Lenglet hit it back into the box. Messi on the right side of the box. He ran it in. He put it down. He played it. It hit the back post. Bounced basically bounced around the goalie. So he passed it from the left side of the goal, from the left side on Messi's side. It hit the post, came back to him on the right side, and he put it away, followed it up. So at that point, it's 3-1. Things are looking good. But, it wasn't that simple. So then we continue on with the game. There was a bunch of subs in this, I don't know, Ramakuma's trying to get people playing time. Another thing I should point out, Sergio Roberto played in for Serginho Dest today on that right side. So then he basically pushed De Jong back into the final 3, put in Moriba, and he switched it all around, and he continued to switch the defense around. The game, he made the team very defensive, but also kind of chaotic. The second half wasn't, even though the first half was weird, the second half was worse because it was very chaotic. It looked like the players were chasing the ball a lot. It was pretty interesting. Then we give up a penalty in the 69th minute. They put that away, hit to the left side, boom. So then we're thinking, okay, now, we don't want them to get back in the game. It's 3-2. That's a little concerning. And no, as much as it looked messy, not like Messi the player, but just kind of dirty Messi, they were able to hold on. Where I thought they might lose it, they were able to hold on. So that was good. But, Araujo scored a goal in the 87th minute, so that, made it 4-2. So you think, okay, we got a little bit better. Antoine Griezmann, the last second of the game, he gets fouled. 2 players put their leg up, and he got a penalty. Remember, Griezmann did take the penalty, put it away on the right side. It was going in the goal, the same direction as the keeper, but it was such a perfect penalty on that right side. It went in. Barcelona wins 5-2, but the main thing to understand is that second half, they lost their shape. I don't know why Ronald Koeman does that sometimes. He plays like merry-go-round subbing, and you could tell all of a sudden the defense was disconnected from the offense. We barely got any until the last 5 minutes. We barely had any offensive attempts in that whole half. We were stuck on the defense. We had Umtiti back there chasing everyone. It was really ugly, guys. And I think maybe some of it was the intention to get the players some rest. I'm not really sure, but when he does this super sub, carousel, the team loses its shape. It loses its form. The attacks are one-offs. They're not, we're never able to build it up. But luckily, we did in the second half put an additional 2 goals away. We needed this win to stay in the race for sure. Here we are. Good game, you guys. I hope everybody had a good week. It's been busy. This one's been crazy, but I was happy to see this win because once I started to see the tide turning, I was afraid we were going to lose, but even in a little bit of a messy game, a little bit of chaotic game, pulled this one out, you guys. Everyone have a good week. I hope everyone is having an amazing day. Talk to everyone soon.